Hello, traders, and welcome to PL Capital's Market Review. Today is Tuesday, December 6th. It's 5 p.m. Central Time. I want to look at the S&P, the Nasdaq, the US dollar, oil, and natural gas. So let's get started. Looking at the 4-hour chart of the ES futures contract for the S&P, and looks like we've completed a zigzag here. So we have this leading diagonal ABC correction, and then we completed an ending diagonal. Now I thought, when I did this video on Sunday, I thought that this whole move up was just a leading diagonal, and I thought we needed a correction and then one more up. Because for this fifth wave, these were a series of 3 waves. So this is all an ending diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought this had to be 1, correct 2, and go up for 3 to finish this thing off. So, but we took out the low or the starting point of this final wave. We took that out. So that means this whole wave is done, and this whole ending diagonal, is done. So I just want to show you, I always like to look a little closer at how I got this wrong, because I thought there was one more wave coming up. So I'm going to zoom in. I'll go down a little 5-minute chart here. Slide over here. Okay. So there's some people who feel strongly that the 14.6 is a valid fib retracement level. And sure enough, this little drop right here came right to 14.6. So when I look at this, it's like, okay, that means that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sharp little correction and then up. So it's A, B, C. So there's your 3 waves. So this doesn't happen very often. That's why I don't really look for 14.6. It's quite rare, but it is a valid, and obviously it makes sense now that the low was taken out, and we know that this has to be 3 waves. So I guess that's how it needs to be looked at. That 14.6 came into play on this one. So that got me. But anyway, that completes this, what I see is a correction, a zigzag correction, because I still see this move over here coming down as 5 waves, impulsive, 4, 5. And so after the impulse, now you need a correction. You just had your deep zigzag correction. And then with this price action today, or yesterday and today, we've got, what I see is they're creating a leading diagonal. So we've got 1, 2, 3 waves for 1, and then there's 3 waves for 2, and then here's 3 waves. We just completed 3 today, and I believe that they're going to go up for 4 and then down for 5, and then all that will be one of an impulse. So then they'll make a correction. The one thing I'm still leery about is the December 13, December 14 dates. If you don't know, December 13th is the next CPI report. December 14th is the next FOMC interest rate decision. And I just have a feeling that those are going to be catalysts for moving the market. And, just me, I think that those are actually going to be catalysts to move the market in the north direction, because I feel that CPI is going to be, it's at 7.7% right now. It came down in November. Came down from 8.1 to 7.7%, and I just feel like a lot of things are coming down. Like oil has come way down. Gas is, I think it's at the yearly low. And it doesn't seem like food prices have risen any, and I don't know all of the products that make up the CPI index, but I just feel like that number, that 7.7, might come down. Even if it comes down just to 7.6, I think the market is might not go bananas and have another 200-point day, but they're going to treat that, welcome that very nicely. And then the next day is the Fed interest rate day, and all consensus is that they're only going to raise it 50 basis points instead of 75, and so I think that the market will greet that nicely too. So I'm going to have back-to-back days where I think the market is going to rise. So it's really hard for me to say that that's the top, but I also feel like we've got that zigzag. I mean, unless they're going to make a three-wave correction, and then we're making some kind of combination complex correction here. Maybe this was W and they're going to make an X and we're going back up for a Y. So got to be cautious both ways. Maybe CPI comes in flat, it's at 7.7 and the market freaks out. Who knows? So I'm very, very cautious right now and just really taking it small steps here, getting in and getting out. Let's look at the Nasdaq. And so, the same thing, I feel last Thursday completed this correction, this WXYZ correction, and now we're coming down. We didn't take out the low yet from when was that? Tuesday? Like the S&P did, but it's still looking much like it's making a leading diagonal. So, I expect Nasdaq to come up into this zone between maybe 11,633 to 11,706, somewhere in there, three wave, and then give us three waves down, and then that'll be a leading diagonal, and then you get a correction up, and then at least one more down. Let's look at the dollar. So I'm still holding that we just completed a big WXYXZ, but I'm still also open that, so we got WX and this YX and Z. It could also be that this is creating a leading diagonal, ending diagonal. So this would be 1, 2, 3 for 1, and then you got three waves up for 2, and then we just had 3 for 3, and it could be coming up here for 4, and then one more time down for 5. Or, as I have labeled, this Z wave, we just hit the bottom, and now we're going to start working our way up. So, but like I said, same thing, I'm cautious because of what CPI and the Fed interest rate decision is going to be doing to the markets. So need to see the reaction we get here. If we start coming down, then I think this will all be part of ending diagonal. Going over to oil. So we definitely did complete. So this sharp wave, I thought this was so sharp up that I was expecting just a three-wave correction and then back up into this red zone, but they apparently did not care that OPEC is keeping their 2 million barrel a day cut. I guess they wanted more. So, as I was saying, I still thought that this whole 5-wave couldn't have been all of the correction for the final C wave. So this is just 1. We just finished 2, and we broke the low. So now we're in the process of making a third wave. So if I really zoom out here, so we got this this big A, B, and now we need to make C, and C will be 5 waves, which means this first 5 waves down, that's just 1, that was 2, we're making 3, we'll go back up for 4, and then back down for 5. And then that'll complete that ABC. And then if I really zoom out, oops, then it's a matter of, is this all the correction? Is this ABC? Is this WX and this was Y? Or are we making a leading diagonal, which means this was 1, this is 2, and we're making 3, and then we'll go up for 4 and then down for 5, which means oil is going to be pretty much range bound within, probably like this range for quite a while. So more to see there, but definitely we're coming down. I would expect oil to drop a little bit further down. If this is all 1 and that was 2, 3 should be coming down farther. I would think at least to 71, 70. I mean, they could go as far as they want, but should be much farther down. And natural gas. So as I've been saying, I thought that this was all corrective, and that's what it turned out to be. So definitely have completed or in the process of completing. We got WXY. This was all X, and now we're making this final Z wave. And this last leg down here, there's 2 ways to see it. For this final Z wave, we need 3 waves. So this could be 1, 2, and this is the 3rd and final wave. But I also, when I count these little waves, it all looks like it's all just a big series of 3 waves, and it's all like 1. So it's like this could all be a leading diagonal, and then it'll give us some type of correction, and then we'll come down one more time. It just, I can't tell yet, but either way, we're nearing the end of this correction. So this is definitely the time to be looking to go long natural gas. I mean, obviously winter's here, but it's not the time to be going short after this huge downfall. If this was the low, 5.337, or if it even falls a little bit further, I mean, this is the time to be buying, because after this big correction, I mean, it's going to be going back up to 10, not next month, but it's a great time to go long natural gas pretty soon, if not already. So keep an eye on that. All right, so that's what I see, guys. Let me know if you got any questions, if you got any thoughts, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.